Hello, my name is Valeria Hernandez, and I'm going to talk about the introduction and conclusion about the topic of biotechnology in agriculture and fuels and our daily life. Well, basically, the introduction, when I first started making it, is just like a brief description about the whole topic, about what you're going to talk about. I wasn't, like, my part, I wasn't supposed to talk about any chapter in particular because my other two classmates divide all that. So I was supposed to do the introduction and the conclusion. And first starting, I did the introduction, and it was kind of difficult because you have to take like some ideas, but you can't like put them as the proper idea because you're like they're gonna explain it later in the chapters. So you're just gonna like introduce people and hook them into your like research paper because you want them like to read it, or you want them to read it. So you hook them with like a question or a fact that it's like important and that it's relevant about the topic. So like they get hooked. I started about a question with the future. Like, what do you think? How do you think like the future is gonna be without biotechnology? So you start like you start making them question about like what is gonna be the future like, and they start like searching into their research paper. They start like searching for an answer to that question. So like you make them read the whole research paper. That's what basically the introduction was about. Like, I just tried to hook the persons into our research paper, and right after I did that, well, that was like just fine. And ending with that conclusion, it's also a difficult part since you can add anything. You can't put any additional information like another fact or whatever. You can't. You can only use that information that you already used. Our team, when I did it, I didn't like questioning people about again in the conclusion, because like I want them to have their ideas like clear, and that everything that they thought in the research paper and any fact or anything that they liked about it, that they can like see it all resumed in the conclusion. And that was basically it. It was like a closing, like just like summarizing the whole research paper in just like a paragraph. It was an extensive paragraph. It wasn't that short, but it was what it was necessary. Maybe if I like included more things, it would look like super heavy and not what you want. Or maybe you would like, instead of like finishing, as you say, like finishing with broche de oro, you would like finish it like all nasty. You like, people wouldn't like it, wouldn't like the end. Like, no, I expected more from this, whatever. So I just tried to conclude it like simply and like professional and like interesting. So if people like in our research paper, we only talked about three main like points into the biotechnology, like three fields, but there's a lot more, and we told that like there's a lot more you can investigate, there's a lot more. So you want them like to continue reading, to continue wanting them to inform, or to look into a page or to a website, a journal, encyclopedia. Like, you want them to continue like knowing about that team. And you're just like, you can resume like the whole research paper as a super big introduction into what is biotechnology, because really biotechnology is super extensive. So that was like basically what my part was to do. I think it was something hard because you have to get like that attention of the people. Maybe the chapters is just like information or answers to questions they have, but the introduction and the conclusion are one of the most important things in a research paper, since you need like to attract them and to get them that way, like to keep them in that like environment. Like you can't like mess it up in the conclusion, because if you mess it up, like then the introduction makes like no sense, and if the introduction makes no sense, then people won't read the whole research paper, etc. So it was something hard, but still it was something like it helped me learn a lot, and I hope it helped like also the people knowing more.